Today we head over to Japan and things get a bit spicy. Let's get into it. If you do enjoy this video and you don't want to miss out on any other videos, please make sure to subscribe, like and share the video. And well, yeah, we are back for the Japanese Grand Prix in my team career mode. This is season 1 as I'm trying to get some upgrades on the car as we go for front downforce and the air filter. So let's just immediately get into it.
Plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
So yeah, here we are for my first qualifying lap. This is the end of it, and this lap I thought was actually awful, and it was actually okay in the end. It got us P9, but not everyone had actually gone. When everyone had actually gone, it was P12. That is enough to actually get us through at the moment, but just to be safe, I went out for another lap. I went during the middle of the session, at around about 8 minutes. I can't actually remember why. I think it was just to make sure I could get the lap in without any traffic, which, here we go for that lap. We're going into the first corner, brake nice and late, gain a bit of time, go a little bit deep, which isn't ideal, and then get a big snap of oversteer, and we're 4 tenths down, so I decided to back off, which was the right decision in the end, because I wasn't gonna ever gain in time. As for the first time, both cars get through, me in P15 and Chris Miney in 17th, which is quite good. Both cars getting through. I am normally quite good around Japan, and yeah, as we go for our first lap in Q2, and yeah, go over the start finish line now. I go in the middle of the track. I don't really know why, I just did, and brake nice and late, get quite a late apex there on the second turn, and I run a bit deep, which is not ideal, and yeah, that would have lost me a couple attempts. And yeah, I try a bit of use a bit of boost there, that just pushes me out wide, and that just, yeah, it just wasn't fantastic really. Lost a lot of time in that first sector, almost flat through that first kink, then heavy braking for the 90 right hander underneath the bridge. Going into this hairpin here, I go a little bit deep, lost a little bit of time, not too much though, and yeah, I go in none all the way down here, except from a little bit of boost at the start, just to try to save the battery a bit, and I do a big lift for all the way through spin curve, as I get a little bit of oversteer, push me out wide over the curb, and yeah, boost all the way down the straight, 2 green sectors, which is 2 personal bests. As Lewis Hamilton goes top of the times, I brake as late as possibly can, smash the inside curb, have a little nibble of the second curb there, going to the line, and it is a 132, which does put me last by quite a margin out of everyone that has set a time, which is not ideal, so I need to improve now. And here I see Albon got on his lap, so I move out of the way and then immediately go to try to get a little bit of slipstream, and yeah, I'm a little bit too far back for a slipstream here. I don't think I quite got it right here, but we do gain a little bit of time. So yeah, as you can see there, I did gain a bit of time, about half a tenth, but then I lose a bit there, but then don't hit the outside curb this time, and gain quite a lot of time. Here I don't use the boost, which keeps me online. We are 6 tenths up, so that is what we need. and take a little bit of curve there, loses me a little bit of time. And yeah, going into here, I keep a little lift, and yeah, we just go straight on. Luckily keep it slightly on track. Went down to 2 tenths, but then managed to get it back up to 6 tenths here, but then go deep, and that loses quite a bit of time. Just we get a better exit this time, which keeps us at 6 tenths. So quite a scrappy lap so far, which I don't know if this is going to get us into Q3. So we need a magical last sector here, as we are 6 tenths up now, 7 tenths, 8 tenths. We have a really good exit. Do we have enough battery to make it to the line? We run out of battery now. We are almost a second up going into the final corner, going into it. It's a good first apex, good second apex, foot flat to the floor, burn all the battery. We are almost 1.1 seconds up. Is that enough to get us into Q3? No, it's P12. That's so close. And in the end, it was barely anything. Okay, maybe it wasn't. It was 4 tenths. Okay, right, we do have some work to do. Never mind. Yeah, so Kushmani in 17th, but let's get straight on to the race.
Suzuka in the springtime, where the cherry blossom is in full bloom. But who's blooming out on our track, and who's flourishing on this wonderful day at this magnificent track? Welcome along to Suzuka and the Japanese Grand Prix. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles. It's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 circuit. And the drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here, as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. Keep an eye out for overtakes into the final chicane. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Norris, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Verstappen, Hadjar, Lawson, Albon, and Pierre Gasly, Piastri, Bennett, Arvid Lindblad, and Colapinto, Ocon, Sainz, Kushmini, and Valtteri Bottas, Bortoletto, Behrman, Stroll, Alonso, Hulkenberg, and Sergio Perez completes our grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
So yeah, here we go then. Green lights, and yeah, waiting to go for our formation up. Here we go. Quite a lot of wheel spin, just trying to warm up the tyres. I chose to go hard because it is meant to rain according to our weather forecast. Our engineer said 10 to 15 minutes. So I think I can make it to the end on hards, as I almost bin it on formation. I haven't totally haven't done that in real life. Anyway, yeah, so just going now, trying to get a good starting positioning for our for the start, as yeah, we do some aggressive weaving just to try and get temperature up, and yeah, let's try get a good spot. We got Piastri starting P11, quite far down for the McLaren, and Gasly had got qualifying there as we now go 5 red lights, and it is lights out and away we go. We get a okay start, Piastri gets a good one, and that is Lindblad getting a really good start, but then I burn a lot of battery, look to the inside of Gasly, but then decide not to go for it, and yeah, just try sit behind them, as Lindblad is still on our inside now. We're getting boxed in by Gasly, and I look to go around the outside of Gasly here, brake a little bit too late, hit the grass, almost lose the back end. Luckily I don't, and we are now in P13. We have actually lost a position as I get very wayward there. And yeah, let's rewatch the start from the off-board. So yeah, it's quite a dramatic start here. One of the Astons, I think that is at the back, just didn't get going, as it is 4 wide for the lead there, as one of the Ferraris actually goes off, but no one picking up any major damage, I don't think, as we rejoin, and I'm right behind Gasly. I look to the inside, I go for the move, and can't quite get it done. I burn quite a lot of battery. I burn battery here though to get the position, then I brake really late and dive up the inside of Lindblad, and yeah, he gets a much better exit than us though. The AI managing to get the power down a lot better as I drive onto the grass. At the time I think I thought Lindblad was closer than what he was, and yeah, but yeah, I burn a lot of battery down the straight to try gain on Lindblad. As we are gaining, I pulled out to the inside, I'm fully ahead, and yeah, that is the position in P11 now, as I lift and coast quite a lot into the last chicane to try get to 100% battery, which I do, as I now get overtake mode, and I burn a bit of battery here. I stop burning here because I know I'm not going to be able to get Piastri, as we have actually gained one position at the start as Albon goes wide. Albon goes wide off the track. That is Piastri through into P9 there, and if we was right behind Piastri there and didn't stop burning our battery, I think that would have ended I reckon that could have ended badly, because I don't think Carlos Sainz was going to rejoin any different if he was there, as Carlos Sainz gets a little snap of oversteer on the exit there, and that's going to put us right behind us, and we go for the move up the inside, brake too late, lock up, go straight on, manage to keep it on the track though. Just that did lose us a little bit of time, but we burn the battery to catch and get right behind Albon again, as I go a little bit deep again, and we're right behind him now. We're gonna be right behind him for this straight as we go on, and I burn battery. We pull out next to him. Are we fully ahead? Almost. Yes, we are. We are now fully ahead. That is P10, and if it stays like this, we are actually going to get our first point. And yeah, this is going really well for us so far. And at the minute, I feel like on these hards, I've got a lot of pace, and I mean a lot of pace. I'm quicker than a Williams, who's on softs, as Max Verstappen goes deep, and that lets Lando Norris up into 3rd place. And Max will not be happy with himself there. I don't know if he burnt too much battery, then outbraked himself or what, but he just went deep off the track, bottomed out like how so many other people have so in this race so far, and yeah, just lost the position. But going around here, all nice and tidy for him this time. Yeah, he is now down into 4th, and Lando is up into 3rd, as we actually go back a bit, and Albon actually re-overtakes us. I try to get the switch back on him, can't quite get the power down, and Albon does actually get us. We're back down into P11. That is not good. Piastri is pulling away. 2.5 seconds is the gap to to Piastri, as I managed to carry a lot more speed through there, and I almost hit into the back of Albon as I burned a lot of battery going down this straight. I then looked to the inside, barely leave Albon any space, but he does keep it on the track. That was a very aggressive move, and yeah, we kind of had to because Piastri was pulling further and further away. So now we need to put our head down and try and gain time on the McLaren in front. But yeah, it is going quite well, and we are in P10. This, as it is, we would be getting our first point as a team, and yeah, that is quite good. And as we go forward a couple of laps, we are now on lap 4. As I go a bit deep, you can see how much time we are gaining though. We are now 1.3 seconds behind Piastri now, and that was 1.8. So we have a lot of pace here as we now go around spin curve. I go a little bit deep. I brake a little bit too late trying to catch up to Piastri, and that just loses us a little bit of time. But we'll just burn a bit more battery to stay with him. Yeah, so we are doing quite well. It is lap 4. Tyre wear is about where it should be on hards. I am thinking though, at this point, I am thinking as I get a really big snap of oversteer there, trying to get on the power. I am thinking,
okay, so we're leading our
is how I'm driving now going to get us to the rain? Because I'm thinking, let's go to the rain. I want to go to when it starts raining on these hards. I want to try to do it as Lindblad runs out of battery down that straight, and yeah, loses 2 positions, but Gasly goes wide, so he manages to keep that P12. So yeah, it's a bit chaotic here in Japan. The AI struggling a bit with the battery, and we've got a lot of pace. Maybe those couple of upgrades that we managed to get on the car have really made a big difference, because we are managing to be like, we've got, I think we've got top 10 pace here, and we're gaining on the McLaren in front slowly, but we are. But they are in a big train behind Lawson, so yeah, we are. So I don't know if we're on pace. I don't know if we're actually quicker than Piastri. I know we're quicker than Lawson because he's the one holding all of these up, but yeah, we are gaining slowly as I burn all my battery to try get overtake mode, and we don't actually get it that lap, but we fast forward a couple of laps later, we do have it, and we almost run into the back of Piastri there. So yeah, we are now here with Piastri on lap 6. We are still in P10. We are right here though with him. Maybe his tyres are starting to die off a little bit. The wear is starting to kick in, and our hards are now starting to get better and better and quicker. So yeah, we are. I don't burn too much battery here because I'm trying to save it for the start-finish straight, because I know Piastri will be quite low on battery because he would have been burning here, as Lawson and Hajar go side by side, and they go really slow through the chicane, and I almost run into the back of Piastri, not seeing how slow they will be going at. And again, as you can see here, Hajar just running out of battery and not being able to keep the position. And yeah, that is the yo-yo racing. So yeah, you go for a move, but then you are at risk of not keeping it because of you run out of battery, which is not good. So yeah, going around that left-hander here, we are now right with Piastri, as we missed the inside curve a little bit, but we managed to keep it on the track, luckily, around that very fast right-hander. Going into here, I look to the inside. I don't actually want to go for the move, but then Piastri loses space, but then just turns across me, and we a little bit of contact, a little bit of argy-bargy there. We don't actually get the position, but then I burn a load of battery. I go for the move, but then Piastri squeezes me onto the grass, and because of the grass I have to go a little bit slower around this corner and a little bit more careful, and that allows Piastri to stay on it inside.
Okay.
Going down this straight now, I burn a lot more battery to get ahead, and yeah, that is at the minute P9. That is a really good position for us. I was going into this race, I was not expecting to be anywhere near the points, especially after Australia. We were last and we were almost lapped. We was just so slow, and for the final couple of laps we had a active aero fault. So yeah, that was not the best round for us. We were almost lapped and we were miles behind the field. We spun near the end of the race, which put us last anyway, and then we just had the active aero issue, which is not ideal, but yeah. That was last round, but this is a different one, and we are P9, and yeah, I am pushing like mad at the minute. Tyres almost on 55% wear there, as we are now right behind Hajar. I burn battery here to try gain a bit of time. I think I've got a run on him, but I don't, so I put the battery back on, and he squeezes us onto the grass. Piastri and Hajar not leaving us any space on the inside there, but then I make a little bit of contact with Hajar. Luckily no damage from it, just a couple of sparks, and yeah, that there wasn't a lot of space left there from Hajar. Being quite aggressive was the Red Bull, but he is now right behind Liam Lawson, and yeah, as Hajar boxes, he pits off of the mediums onto whatever tyre he's now going on, and yeah, that is us up into P6 because of everyone boxing ahead. And as I intend to run a little bit deep, I am now pushing to catch up to Lawson. I asked my race engineer when the rain's going to be coming, because it should be coming quite soon, because at the start of the race it was around about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's now gone up to 15 minutes when I asked my race engineer. So at the minute the rain is actually going away, so I think, okay, let's go right into tyre save mode here, and try not to overstress the tyres too much. Maybe sit behind Lawson for a little while if he's not too slow, and yeah, let's just try save the tyres, so if the rain does come, we can like push the hards to the end. As I almost run into the back of Lawson there, had to locked up and almost spun because I locked the rears, but luckily we don't. That did lose us quite a lot of time. That lost us about a second there, and I had to burn quite a lot of battery to catch back up. As going to the last chicane there, take a lot of both curbs there, hit both those curbs a lot, as everyone's now pitting, and that puts us up into P3. And at this point I was a bit shocked how we in P3 like this. If the rain does come in 10 to 15 minutes, like how it was meant to at the start of the race, this could be our actual position, because everyone will have to pit onto inches or wets, however bad the rain is. So we could, at the minute, we could be in a legitimate P3, and in our second race that is like unthinkable. And well, yeah, we're just doing quite well now. We are doing quite well. And well, yeah, we're just lap 10, P3. This is going quite well, very well. And yeah, we've got the two Mercedes ahead, as I run quite deep there actually. I'll do a little bit deep. Just outbraked myself, if I can get my words out, outbraked myself, and went over the curb, lost a bit of time, not too much, and yeah, now I'm just in full tyre save mode to try get to the end on these tyres. So yeah, as Russell, I think it is, pits, yeah, Russell pits, and that is us up into P2. So that is now a legitimate P2 if we can make it to the end. No, when the rain comes, and that is if the rain comes, because you never know, it could be going away instead of going. So yeah, you never know. But we are in P2 at the minute, which is very, very, very good. And yeah, just going into here, we take a lot of curb. That does bump us out wide a bit as the rear end snaps, and yeah, as you can see there, the tyre wear is quite high, so I do need the rain to come quite quickly if it is going to come. I need it to be quite quick, and at the minute it's quite cloudy, but the clouds aren't looking very dark at the moment.
We think we might see some rain. ETA about 15 minutes. Dryers
Yeah.
definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Yeah, so there I asked my race engineer for the weather report, and it's now gone up from 10 to 15 minutes to 15 minutes, which I'm now full push because I know I'm not making it. So yeah.
There appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Oh no, 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 no. No, please, no. Don't be a like ERS issue. That would be bad. Or don't be a, I don't know, like don't be a misgear, or even a full-blown retirement. Please, please, no. Don't be anything awful. As soon as we're doing
expect
good.
to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Yeah, so-
Okay, looks like a mechanical failure. We're going to have to
No.
ask you to find a safe spot to retire.
Oh.
Sorry about that, mate.
No.
I repeat, find somewhere to retire the car immediately. It's too dangerous to stay on track.
Oh God. As soon as we was in P1. We was in P1. If we managed to get the hards to the rain, we might have been top 3 at that time. Like, I reckon we could have got points. Oh, so annoying. As Lando Norris wins.
And here he comes. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky 3, it's time to stand on it. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Oh, that is so annoying. I reckon we could have easily got points. But, yeah, engine issue. I think it was the gearbox in the end. It's so annoying. As you've seen in IRL. Just in IRL with the... there's been so many retirements.
Need your input.
So, yeah. That is quite annoying, but if you have enjoyed this video of my team career mode, please make sure to like and subscribe. It does mean the world. And yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.